teams tonight trying to elevate to mid-season form, Grant, and really start to push to control each game.
And that gets more and more difficult as fatigue mounts. The travel miles climb and games just tighten up. But you know, BA, you just got to push through all of that and keep playing your best ball.
A look at the opening lineup for Washington. We've got Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly out there with Trae Young. Then there's George, and it's Middleton in at the power forward position. Young with it. Kicks it out to Middleton. Pass to Sarr. George outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Middleton. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. Here's Daniels. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
And it seems like Daniels is comfortable all over the floor.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back to you, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Daniels. In the game against Denver, very impressive. Pass to Alexander Walker from outside the arc. Kept alive. It's tipped. Outside Young. Back to Middleton. Fade away. And he gets that one.
Yeah, that's butter. I mean, Middleton with one of the smoothest jump shots in the league.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Johnson for 3. Sarr pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Young. And that misses. That would have put him up. Johnson a screen on George. Pass to Johnson. And good. Off the lead pass that time.
Well, he is a very mobile 6'9" wing, and Johnson is showing you he's a perfect pick-and-roll partner.
And a youth movement for this Hawks roster. What went into that, Tim?
Well, first, they climbed 10 spots to get the #1 pick, which led to Zachary Risacher. Then the trade of DeJounte Murray, which got them Dyson Daniels, who's 7 years younger. And, of course, you've got Jalen Johnson, who's breaking out. So they've got some young talent that is on the rise.
With the drive, George for 3. Here's Sarr. And finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see from Sarr. Owning the glass and then finishing the play.
Outside Risacher. Okongwu, a screen on Young.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
George scanning the floor. Back to Young. To the inside. Sarr. The rebound by Atlanta.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Man, that was impressive. Johnson can flat out fly.
Back to Young. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
That's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Back to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
George outside. Middleton outside. Sarr with a screen on Johnson. Middleton from the outside. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. And stolen by Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Middleton. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
And in the first year of a 5-year, $150 million extension, Jalen Johnson, a key player for his team moving forward, Legs.
And he's coming off that shoulder surgery, an injury which ended his season prematurely. And he's a lefty, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward.
Let's not forget he's Milwaukee tough, too. No good on that one.
Well, for Jalen Johnson, the biggest thing is just staying healthy, because when he is good to go, he is a huge weapon for this team.
Good on the second one. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priority straight. All right, Shams, appreciate the report. Now here's George. He's scoreless. Young from long range. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Outside Risache. The 3-ball. Rebound Washington. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
Yeah, the issue in that one was simple. They didn't hit the glass. They got bullied and outworked.
Yeah, you know, it simply comes down to effort. They were out-willed, and that just can't happen.
Young can't hit.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Young with the double team. Okongwu, a screen on Young. Back to Risache. There's the screen by Johnson. From the arc. And Atlanta misses again. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Washington. Trailing by 2. Here's Coulibaly. Daniels against Young. Sarr with a screen on Daniels. To win the drought. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Tim, you look at his career rate of assists per game. Trae Young, one of the most prolific passers ever to lace him up.
Yeah, B.A., despite the fact that he's known for shot making, it's his vision that sets him apart, and it's the reason you want the ball in his hands.
Free throw is good. Young. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
And Atlanta making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Well, Tim, despite their youth, the Hawks have been able to remain pretty competitive.
Well, when you look at this lineup, you see a lot of length and versatility, and that's where this league is headed. So they are creating a roster for positionless basketball.
Washington has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. The Hawks trailing. Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside, Risache. Inside, stolen by Sarr. Middleton outside. It's stolen by Johnson. Risache with the ball. And it's Young picking him up to the paint. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Here's Porzingis. Back to Johnson. The 3 from Risache. Counted from distance. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Yeah, get used to seeing that. Risache will be nailing threes for many years to come.
Back to Young. Launches it. He's 0 for 5 after that miss.
He is just struggling right now to find his way and trying to regain his confidence.
Pass to Risacher. Floats one, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Risacher is already advanced with the ball in his hand. He knows how to pick up that whistle.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Well, Grant, this is the 3rd season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
McCollum, he's checked in for Daniels. Champagnie, he's checked in for Washington. Johnson comes in for Coulibaly. Here's McCollum. The Wizards making their last shot. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Porzingis. And Atlanta misses again.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Up top, Young. McCollum defends. Yep, that one's good.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Alexander Walker. No good on the 3.
And his team really being impacted by the fact that nothing is falling for him right now.
Johnson passes to Young. Back to Johnson. Porzingis grabs the board. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 2. Outside, Alexander Walker. Porzingis sets a screen. Out to McCollum. The Hawks need to get one up here. From deep, Johnson. And they're able to recover. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Well, it's not only been a rough quarter for him, but he's actually had a negative impact on his team's overall performance.
Outside, Johnson. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Alexander Walker's got 4 rebounds now. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And Johnson giving these fans a show.
Young against McCollum. Oh, it's stolen. Johnson passes to Alexander Walker. Here's McCollum. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And the Wizards shooting around 32% to begin this game. George with the bucket.
Well, that's a shot that some defenses can give up, but not to that guy.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside Risacher. McCollum on the wing, guarded by Young. Young against McCollum. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Washington. Last time they met in Washington.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Well, I don't think you can look at these matchups and think it can be just one guy. I would have everybody on the glass to help out.
That's the end of the first quarter. And not much scoring. It remains close. It's Washington. They lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Well, that has to be intimidating. They're erasing easy looks, and they're changing perimeter shots as well.
Corey Kispert out there with Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Krejci in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. Now here's McCollum. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Fades back. Good on the shot.
Yeah, he goes to the fadeaway right there. I think he thought the defense was a little bit closer.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Guys, back to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And so it's Atlanta with it after the basket by Washington. And that one's good. Porzingis.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Now here's Johnson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. And let's take a look now at some numbers for Luke Kennard. And for Atlanta, they're shooting 35% so far in this one. Puts it up. And again, it's Atlanta.
And they look more confident now, putting that rough first quarter behind them.
Pass to Champagnie from deep. Hits the three-pointer. Champagnie's got 5 now. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
Now here's Kispert. Yet to see a basket. Now McCollum. Kicks it out to Kennard. 4-3. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum. And the Hawks lead by 2.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Here's Riley. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Up and over Kennard. The shot by Johnson, no good. The Hawks have gotten off to a perfect 4-for-4 start of the second. To the middle. Porzingis putting the size to work.
Nice read by McCollum. Such a smart player. He knows when to find others.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson, he's checked in for Kispert. Risacher comes in for Krejci. And Daniels is subbed in for Kennard. The Wizards making a switch here. And the last few seasons' legs, C.J. McCollum playing mainly point guard, but for his career, mostly at the 2.
Yeah, listen, he can play either, certainly can be a lead guard when he needs to be, but shooting and scoring off the dribble is really his bread and butter, and he can get to it from any angle, any platform, in any situation.
Great player regardless.
Absolutely.
Atlanta leading by 4. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Here's McCollum. Rebound by the Wizards. That'll be just the second road game of 5 in a row. Middleton passes to Bagley. Back to Middleton. Outside Young. The kick out to Johnson. Second shot opportunity. Risacher with some nice D.
Well, he has yet to put points on the board, and his team is hurting because of it.
McCollum against Young. They kick it out to Porzingis. Outside Risacher. And the shot goes in. And now a 6-point Atlanta lead. The Wizards have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Back to Young. Will it go? And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Young's got 7 points.
Well, this is one of the most fearless perimeter shooters in this league. Trae Young has the ultimate green light.
And it's Coulibaly with a rebound.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
Middleton outside. From behind the arc. And again, it's Washington with a three.
And Middleton has so much confidence in his jump shot, especially from the three-point line.
Here's McCollum. Young with the defensive effort. Washington has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Bagley, a screen on McCollum. And the foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Sarge checked in for Bagley. Outside Coulibaly. Pass to Middleton. Shot clock at 5. That one goes in. He's got 10.
And far from just a jump shooter, Middleton stays active and is always ready to shoot.
Outside Risacher. Back to McCollum. Back to Risacher to halt the run. It's rebounded by Washington. Young, the pass to Sarr. Washington moving the ball around. Young misses. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Daniels. Now here's Okongwu. For 3, McCollum nails it from beyond the arc. And that's now 7 points for C.J. McCollum.
And after not scoring in the first, he's finally starting to get into a groove.
Back to Young. And here's Coulibaly. Young inside. McCollum defends. Young misses. And here's Daniels. Looking at his production, close to 12 points a game. Shots good by McCollum.
Was starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
Johnson on the wing. When we talk about NBA wings, Legs, what are the most important skills in your mind?
Well, everybody's going to talk about scoring and also being able to defend your position. But for me, to become an elite wing, you also have to be able to create, add that escapability with your handle.
Now here's Okongwu. 15 in his last outing. For 3, McCollum. They get it again. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Hawks. George, he's checked in for Washington. Here's Johnson. He's got 9. Outside, Alexander Walker. Risacher up top, shoots over George, and Risacher, the bucket, on the assist by Johnson. Risacher's got 8 points. Legs, you look at the Atlanta Hawks, they are no strangers to the play-in tournament.
Yeah, BA, since making the Eastern Finals as a 4 seed in 2021, they've been a perennial play-in team. They're trying to find a way to make another deep run.
Well, you have to track Sarr in that action. He's so fluid for his size and does a great job coming off the pick.
Johnson on the wing. It's rebounded by Washington. Young's got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch. You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. Johnson against Middleton. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
A shooter shoot, and he didn't quit. Much better performance this quarter.
Outside Risacher. There's 1:40 left to play in the second quarter. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Picked up by Okongwu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 4. George left side. Middleton outside. Pass to Coulibaly. Middleton with a screen on Daniels. Coulibaly, a good look. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Risacher. That one drops for him. Risacher's got 10.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Now here's Sarr, coming in off a 14-point game last time out. Risacher with the ball, guarded now by George. Pass to Alexander Walker. 35 seconds left in the second. Here's Risacher. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Okongwu. It's good on the putback. And now it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
And their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Outside Young. Young on the drive. Yep, that one goes. He's got 9.
Well, to stop him, you have to get better rim protection than that.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and we're not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for the Washington Wizards.
A few things for them to focus on. More presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Well, right now for Washington, they knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there. Challenging times for the franchise.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Really an incredible game from Chris Middleton.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
There is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
And so in the game for Washington, Bilal Coulibaly out there with Trae Young. Then it's Chris Middleton, then it's Alexander Sarr, and it's George in at the 3.
Yeah, with his 6'7" height and consistent shot, Chris Middleton is so tough. I mean, we're seeing another big night from him.
Reza Shea, and that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
While getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Now here's Middleton, a huge part of the Milwaukee Bucks 2021 championship run. Chris Middleton.
Yeah, he averaged 24 points a game during those playoffs, BA. And his injury the following year was a big reason the Bucks didn't repeat.
Take a break.
Middleton, at his all-star peak, was something special.
And he knocks down the first one. Grant, in recent seasons, the big limiter on Chris Middleton's game has been health.
Yeah, BA, and it's just so frustrating. Here's a high-impact player, an all-star, and he's always having to come back from something. Not what you want for anyone.
Both free throws good from Middleton. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, BA, the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV.
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
Here's Young. After the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. Middleton against Johnson. Middleton, no good.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
I mean, the versatility of Middleton. Not just a scorer, also a solid passer and distributor.
Back to Alexander Walker. Outside Reza Shea. Tries it from 19. No luck on that one. Wizards trail by 4. George outside. Outside Young. Atlanta with a rebound. Okongwu's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. On the wing, Daniels. Back to Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Okongwu, a screen on George. Down low. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Back to Young. Oh, Young with the power move.
Yeah, for a smaller guard, Young is very skilled at taking the hit and converting regardless.
Reza Shea with the ball. Working on George. The kick out to Johnson. Deflected. Young inside. Covered by Alexander Walker. Pass to Coulibaly. George outside. Here's Sarr, covered by Johnson. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
Johnson a screen on Young. Back to Johnson. And the layup is good off the glass. Johnson's got 13 now.
Yeah, everything right now is clicking for Johnson, and it is so fun to watch him when he gets in a groove like this.
From deep, Sarr. The rebound by Atlanta. Daniels outside. Outside, Alexander Walker. That three's off the mark. The Wizards trail by 6. Middleton attacking. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. A tremendously mobile 7-footer. Great defensive upside, Tim, for Alex Sarr.
And he's still working on his offensive game, BA, but he has the potential to be a disruptive defensive force with his length and agility.
That free throw good from Middleton.
A proven champion. Middleton is someone any team would love to have. A great player and a great locker room presence as well.
Both free throws good from Middleton. And Tim, you played your longest stretch with this Washington franchise. How hungry are these fans for sustained success?
Yeah, there's been some lean years and unfortunately only one banner. Going back to 1978, they are committed to a rebuild in hopes of better times ahead.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Sarr with a screen on Daniels. Back to Coulibaly. Sarr with a screen on Daniels. To the middle. It's stolen by Okongwu. Pass to Risache. Okongwu, a screen on George. Here's Risache. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
Being able to take over a game in your rookie season like Risache shows you a lot about him.
Here's Young. Now here's Sarr. George outside. Washington moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Here's Young. Washington again can't hit.
Well, this has been far from his best game, and if they're going to come back here, he's got to find a way to get going.
Pass to Daniels. Okongwu inside. Young's there.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
It's really a team effort out there right now, which is great to see. No one wants to be the weak link.
Back to Young. Goes up at the elbow. Yes, on the jumper. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you could see Trae Young right there feeling out where the defense was, and then he found that pocket in the mid-range, and he rose up and knocked it down.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Johnson. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Carrington's checked in. Outside, Alexander Walker. The three from Risache. With the putback, controls the rebound and the putback. Porzingis has got 6.
I love whenever Porzingis hits the offensive boards. He has the height needed to hurt defenses in this regard.
All right, let's see what the Atlanta Hawks have coming up. On Sunday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you know, for that matchup with the Celtics, no question they'll be amped for that one, eager to prove themselves against a tough opponent.
Now here's Porzingis. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game.
Yeah, all the way up there at 7-2. I mean, it must be pretty easy for Porzingis to see the floor.
Middleton against Porzingis. Middleton passes to George. No good. Risache with some nice D.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Counted.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
George outside, takes a three, sends it home from three-point land. 5 points in the game.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Porzingis. He has 6, and the shot goes down. 8 points for Kristaps Porzingis.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
Middleton against Porzingis. Now here's Middleton. He's closely guarded. 4 on the clock. Here's Carrington. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's Alexander Walker, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That one on Sarr. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. Atlanta making some changes. Kispert's checked in for Okongwu. Kennard comes in for Risache. And it's McCollum in for Daniels. And then for Washington, Bagley's checked in for Sarr. Champagnie comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Johnson in for Coulibaly. And he makes both free throws.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Pass to Johnson. And the foul called on Luke Kennard. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
On defense, Atlanta. Outside Carrington. Washington moving the ball around. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Porzingis. And it's Bagley with a rebound. Wizards trail by 13. George finds Johnson. Outside Carrington. 1:51 left in the third. Clock at 6. Shoots it from the corner. McCollum with some nice D. The Hawks lead by 13. Kispert, the pass to McCollum. Outside, Alexander Walker. Driving inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Come on now. This kind of powerful finish gets guys going.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from your point guard. What a flush.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage.
Now here's Johnson. No made baskets yet. Can't cash it in from close range. Now here's McCollum, covered by Carrington. Puts it up from the high post. Washington with a rebound. Bagley's got his 5th rebound in this one. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
George against McCollum. Nifty move. George's shot is off. The Hawks lead by 15. McCollum outside. The 3. Can't get it to drop. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Atlanta on top, up by 15. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Kispert in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. McCollum finds Johnson. Rebounded by Champagnie. Champagnie's got 4 rebounds in the game. Johnson passes to Champagnie. McCollum against Young. And he's going for the lob! And stolen by Porzingis. Johnson inside, covered by Johnson. Misses the baby hook.
And normally that's an easy 2 for him. I'm surprised he missed that one.
Pass to Carrington. And here's Young. And there's a pick. Back to Carrington. That's in! Coming off an assist from Young.
Got the ball right inside. Such a well-timed pass.
The Hawks lead by 13. Kennard outside. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Bagley against Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, McCollum. And it's Bagley with a rebound. Bagley's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Carrington. Left side, Young. Here's Bagley. Yes, it's good.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. They have yet to score here in the 4th. When this game's over, they'll be off to Golden State as they take on the Warriors. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Now here's Porzingis. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Johnson. Porzingis misses. The Wizards trail by 11. Outside Johnson. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Hawks.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
And they are racking up the assist totals because they're moving the ball selflessly. You're seeing great chemistry out there.
That one's off. And Atlanta making a change here. Okongwu's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Sarge checked in for Champagnie. He hits the 2nd from the line.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And the Wizards making a change here. Champagnie's checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's McCollum. Looking to get back on track, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Kispert's checked in for Atlanta. Wizards trail by 10. Here's Carrington. Sarr finds Young. Here's the floater. The rebound by Atlanta. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Sarr against Okongwu. Pass to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McCollum. The 15-footer is good. 12 points for C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, C.J. McCollum showing you no weakness in his game offensively. If he finds any opening on the floor, he is going to take advantage of it.
Now here's Young. Back to Carrington. Sarr a screen. And he drops it in from the low post. Carrington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Okongwu, the pass to McCollum. Okongwu, a screen on Young. McCollum against Young. Three-pointer. And McCollum is good for 3. And the Hawks lead by 13.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Outside Johnson. Back to Young. Johnson a screen on McCollum. Young the pass to Sarr. Here's Champagnie from downtown. Kispert grabs the miss. Pass to Kennard. McCollum taking his time here. Johnson passes to Okongwu. Stolen by Sarr. Young from long range. The kick out to Johnson. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well. They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
And timeout is called by Brian Keith. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Atlanta making some changes here. Risacher, he's checked in for Kispert. Dyson Daniels comes in for Kennard. And it's Alexander Walker in for McCollum. And then for Washington, Middleton is checked in for Champagnie. George comes in for Johnson. And it's Bilal Coulibaly in for Carrington. Now here's Young. He can't get it to go. Good D by Daniels. The Hawks lead by 15. Outside Risacher. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. It's rebounded by Washington. Middleton passes to George. Now Sarr. Pass to Young. Over Daniels. Washington again can't hit.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
And here's Alexander Walker. George defending. Back to Risacher. From deep, Johnson. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Coulibaly's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Middleton. And the bucket is good. Middleton's got 20 points.
With how well he shoots it, you can forget Middleton is 6'7". That size and high release point helps him close in.
Now here's Risacher. Back to Alexander Walker. And Atlanta misses again.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Risacher. Up and in on the layup. And the Hawks lead by 15.
Risacher is just pouring it in on offense. He's found a rhythm and is determined to keep it going.
Back to Middleton. George outside. Pass to Young. Tries to break his ice. In attack mode, Trae Young.
Yeah, Trae Young can get work done inside as well.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Now Okongwu, guarded by Sarr. Now here's Okongwu. The three is up, and Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Okongwu. 16 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson. Outside Coulibaly. George outside. There's a screen. Launches it from deep. The rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Johnson a screen on Middleton. On the wing, Risache puts up a three. It's rebounded by Washington. Sarr's got 9 rebounds now.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Johnson with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 16. On the wing, Daniels. Middleton covering. Outside Risache. The putback. And he grabs the board and finishes it off.
And slashing in for that offensive rebound. Johnson also getting credit for some hustle points.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Time now to present our player of the game, Onyeka Okongwu.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
Oh, he's a crowd favorite. This building is never more alive than when he's at his best. And he was beyond at his best tonight. He had this place going crazy. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Stolen by Coulibaly. 3-on-3. Young can't get the three. Atlanta leading by 18. Johnson a screen on Young. Now Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Now here's Young. Back to Middleton. Pass to George. It's stolen by Daniels.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Hawks.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year. Clock at 4. Here's Middleton. It's good! Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Now here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Outside, Alexander Walker. Clock is at 3. Oh, George with a steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now Middleton. Now Young. Outside George. Now Sarr. He's off from 3. So we see the Hawks taking the W here. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Onyeka Okongwu.